this is what passes for leadership in the House. He's gonna try to get through this whole thing, not having to ever exercise any leadership. Just like, just whatever happens, man, let the voters decide, or let someone else decide, or let the Dems decide. Just please, just keep me out of it. I don't want any of this. And can we, if we have her stand on the House floor and then talk about how abortion's terrible and QAnon or conspiracy theorists, is that good enough? Will she not get kicked off then? And by the way, let's be very clear. By the time you're watching this uploaded on YouTube, maybe if you're not watching live, I guess we'll know they'll have had their vote. And maybe he'll be right. Like maybe the Dems will watch her insane thing with her mask that I'm going to assume is a conspiracy theory phrase on her name. And maybe they'll be like, well, I guess she did sort of denounce it, and they'll back off. We'll see. It is the Dems, so you never know. They're really weak, they're really cowardly, they hate confrontation. That's possible. Or maybe I'll be wrong. And maybe she'll be stripped of those committees, and maybe we'll have finally sent a signal to the country that there are some things that are too dangerous, too crazy. We have to have some base level expectation for what our elected officials are gonna be about. And specifically the threats of violence against people currently serving in government are unacceptable. You do not get to talk about shooting Nancy Pelosi in the head. I disagree with Nancy Pelosi constantly. I've made hours of content about disagreeing with Nancy Pelosi. You do not get to talk about murdering her. That is not acceptable, not in a functioning democracy.
I think one of the things too that Democrats do that is very frustrating to a lot of us is they don't do things because they fear retaliation once the tables turn. And the thing is, that is a legitimate concern in a lot of ways, but that at the same time, you can't not do your job because you're afraid that they're just gonna be terrible. But the thing is, they're already doing it because they've already introduced, one House member, Brian Babin. Guess who he represents? Me. He's my congressperson, actually.
Really?
Yeah, he is my congressperson. And he said, instead of all these things, let's remove Ilhan Omar instead from her committees. So it's already happening, this retaliation of all the 435 congressmen or congresspeople. That one's mine. So thanks.
Yeah,
I got that guy and Ted Cruz representing me in government. Just fun.
And like each of us has to decide is thinking, okay, we will strip Marjorie Greene, but we also get to do Ilhan Omar. Is that better than the space lasers? I don't know. I think it's worse. There's a lot of crazy to go around. Sorry, what were you gonna say?
I was just gonna say, is it worse? I don't know. Like these space lasers that identify as Jewish, that's a very strange concept to me.
Very strange concept. For more political news breakdowns, interviews, stories of activism, and me trying my hardest to care about the occasional big celebrity news story, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/The Damage Report. And you can ring the bell wherever it is so you don't miss anything.